city's gonna be under 3 feet of water before this thing lets up.
Hurricane Dottie heads toward New England.
Okay, who's got duty this week?
Everybody but Dietrich. He's in court. Wojo's going to Manhattan South to be public information officer for 4 days starting tomorrow.
Okay. How's it going, Fish?
Terrible. You know anything about these, Barney?
Clocks or women?
Pick one and help me.
Send it to the jeweler.
Okay, but what about the clock?
Now, there you go.
Boy, you guys aren't going to believe this one. There's 11 million people in this city, right? There's nothing in here about getting them all out.
Good morning, Wojo.
Oh, good morning, Martin.
You were saying?
I'm talking about evacuation, Barney. There's nothing in here about getting them out.
What is that?
It's the Gray Book Manual. I'm going to be public information officer for the rest of the week.
Procedures in the event of civil disasters. You know something we don't know?
Well, we're going to have a hurricane, and they're evacuating all the beach areas in Long Island.
Hey, it's no wonder, man, with all that raw sewage just hanging around there offshore.
They're expecting 40-foot waves.
Ooh-wee! Talk about high tide.
Harris, suppose all that stuff blew into the harbor and got all over Manhattan. Now, that would be a disaster, wouldn't it?
Depends upon your point of view.
Well, I hope nothing happens in this city where we got to get the people out, because there's just no way of doing it if it does.
Wojo, you can't evacuate a whole city because the sewer backs up. You take shorter breaths and quicker steps.
You want to talk about a storm?
We already talked about it. So what's happening, Callahan?
You know that Lieutenant Stanfield over at the 1-4?
No.
You know the wife of the late watch commander over at the 3-6?
No.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's your APBs, your interdepartmental communiques, your directives, and your assorted official garbage. Oh, yeah.
You know, we could have a big problem on our hands.
Hey, look, it ain't our problem. I mean, if a guy's wife wants to play round on him, I mean, there ain't nothing we can do about it.
Whose wife?
Which precinct?
Look, the man is talking about national emergency, not local slap and tickle.
What kind of emergency?
Like a war.
What kind of war?
A big war. A nuclear war. And we had to evacuate the whole city.
Okay.
Okay, you guys on motorcycles. You're trained in crowd control, right?
Right.
What are you going to do with 11 million people?
11 million.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you get out there and you say, keep moving, keep moving.
Hey, come on, Wojo. There's not going to be another war anyway, man. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, economically, psychologically, or geographically.
Okay, doesn't have to be a war. It could be an earthquake.
That's a pretty slim chance, man.
But it's a chance. You know, Harris, things have a way of happening just all of a sudden, when you least expect it. Right, Fish?
Right.
Callahan, what do we got today?
The usual, Captain. Got your bulletins, got your hot sheets. So that's the way it is, huh?
What way is that?
I mean, we're all sitting ducks, trapped here on an island.
It's better than the South Bronx.
I mean, you know, like he says, probably nothing's gonna happen. But suppose something does happen, you know, like a war, like an earthquake, like he says.
Yeah, or a tidal wave, Barn.
Did you ever fight with your girlfriend, Wojo?
No, I'm just trying to do my job.
Boy, you think you got a future 1 minute, next thing you know, They drop one of them H-bombs on your head, and that's all she wrote. Damn it, I should have bought that cabin in Jersey.
I wouldn't worry about it, Callahan. If we're ground zero, everything from here to Philadelphia goes.
Right, Pete, how far's the guy gotta go?
Detroit.
Really?
Yeah. That's why General Motors picked that place, man. They can't be risking all them cars. Excuse me. 12 Precinct Harris.
Wojo, you're getting obsessed with that. Now, will you put that thing away and get to work on something you can do something about?
Okay, Barn, but I'd just like to know the procedures in case a siren goes off.
What siren? We don't have a siren.
There's supposed to be a siren up on the roof.
All right, suppose there is a siren up there. And suppose it does go off. Then we will cooperate with the Civil Defense Department, do whatever they say because it is their ball game.
There is no more Civil Defense Department, Barn. The city couldn't afford to keep it going any longer.
All right, you've unearthed the problem. And you've reported it to your superior officer. Will you let me handle it? File that.
Hey, Barn.
Barney?
Yeah.
I got a call from a pawn shop over on 15th. They got a young kid in there who's trying to unload some stuff that doesn't belong to him.
Kid. Whatever happened to selling newspapers?
Can't hawk a paper out.
Fish? Yeah. Would you like some fresh air? I'd appreciate it. Okay, go and have us. Pawn shop on 15th Street.
My pleasure. You sure?
What?
That there ain't no way to get out of this city if we have to.
No way.
Does anybody else know that?
Beats me.
You, ready, Fish?
Yeah. Did Barney say a pawn shop?
Yeah, on 15th Street. Let's go.
No, I don't have an extra gray book, Callahan. I only got the one copy. Try the 3-3. Or try Manhattan South. They gotta have a couple of extra copies. Yeah, right. Okay. The Barn. That was Callahan, and he's over at 7. And he told me what I said about civil disaster, and they don't know what to do either.
Do you have any bulbs? Yeah, bulbs.
No.
Old Beckman, tell him to light my office one out.
Okay.
Oh, Nick, we got any bulbs? Nope. I've been using a flashlight.
Okay, young lady. Step right inside here.
How long do I have to stay here?
Oh, till we talk over a little business?
I didn't do nothing. How come you're picking on me?
Yeah, you know how it is with us cops. We all hate kids.
It's my junk. Why can't I sell it?
My very words.
Okay, young lady. Is this your horn?
Yeah.
How about it? Want to play us a little tune?
Ain't in the mood.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Ladies. I understand something's not up to par on these premises.
We need one of them bulbs in the bathroom.
Why? Did you lose something?
I'm ruining my eyes reading with this flashlight.
You know, they do look sort of funny. You shouldn't squint.
This isn't a squint. This is a squint.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Captain.
Oh, Beckman.
I'll fix your bathroom immediately.
Okay.
How's your office?
Oh, you change the bulb in there, will you? 25 watts. It's for bats.
All right, sit down over there.
Is this the pawn shop caper?
Yeah, it says her name is Jilly.
Jilly. Is that short for Jillian?
Nah, instead of Shirley.
Shirley what?
Pappalardo. And I didn't steal that stuff.
Silverware, transistor radio,
It's mine.
and the ring, too?
Yeah.
Knights of Columbus.
I got it for Columbus Day.
And I suppose these are your baby teeth.
Yeah, they all fell out at once.
Dental humor.
Ever been arrested before, Jilly?
I'm not sure.
You sure you want a light on in there?
I don't mind.
It's your life.
Beckman, we got a siren up on the roof.
Yeah, but don't work.
Why not? It's supposed to.
What are you worried about? The minute we have another war, I'll fix it.
Hey, you listen. That siren's supposed to be kept in good working order. It's supposed to be checked once in a while.
Okay, don't shoot.
Captain,
Oh, Cravey, what can we do for you?
we got 65 men on the first watch. How many you want to keep for double shift?
A double shift.
Well, we heard some kind of news about some kind of disaster. Guys figured they'd pick up a little overtime.
Haven't heard a thing, Creedy.
No disaster? Oh, that's okay. It's all right.
Listen, you'll be the first to know.
Yeah, sure. We'll be just right downstairs. Oh, Captain, do we have anything called a gray book?
See Wojciechowicz.
Where's your father?
Elmira.
That's a prison.
No kidding.
Where's your mother?
California.
I thought you said you lived with your parents.
I do. Earl and Velma and Fred. They got 5 other kids. We're a group home.
Oh, that's disgusting.
City project, Fish. Social Services Department. Barney, I checked with Children's Center. She does have priors.
On probation, huh?
Yeah, she's a ward of the court. She lives in what they call a group home.
Fish. Her parents dead?
Father is in Elmira.
Yeah, 5 to life. The last time her mother was heard from, she was living in San Diego, going steady with an aircraft carrier.
Who runs the home?
House parents. You know, the city pays adults to live in with the kids.
Some people do anything for money.
See if we can get anybody on the phone.
Tried, Barn. There's no answer.
All right, keep trying.
All right.
Fish, you take the kid and check the place out.
Yeah. Okay, kid. We're going to take a ride
Where are we going?
to your house.
What for? You're not gonna like it.
Don't worry about it. I don't like much anyway. Hey, man.
Hi, honey. Oh, cute kid.
What do I care?
Why, can I talk to you in your office?
What's up?
I'm not sure yet, Barney.
What do you hear?
Rumors. Big geese.
What's up, Inspector?
Why, you got any plans for evacuating the area?
You mean the building?
I mean the whole precinct.
Whole precinct? That's 2 square miles.
Keep it down, Barney, will you?
What's happening?
Well, I can't tell you that, Barney.
How come?
Well, the truth is I don't know myself, you see, but the thing is that we were afraid of starting any panic.
Panic?
Yeah, you know how rumors are, Barney. You know, somebody says something in the street, the first thing goes from word to mouth. Whole city's running around, you know, screaming, "Hey, the world's coming to an..." Hey, who's that up there?
Mr. Beckman, the custodian. Deputy Inspector Luger.
Oh, it's a pleasure, sir.
Likewise, I'm sure. Oh, Beckman.
Yes, sir.
Anything you heard in here about evacuation or panic, you keep it under your hat, you understand?
Oh, absolutely. I've been associated with the police force for 20 years. In one ear and I forget everything. You also.
Beckman, what's going on in there?
Nothing.
Nothing. You were in there. What are they saying?
I don't know nothing. But I'm going to fix the siren anyway.
Oh, by the way, Barney, you got an extra copy of the gray book?
No, I'm sorry, we don't.
Well, I can pick one up someplace.
Sure.
What is it? Just a little gray book, eh?
Yeah.
Is there anything on the front? Then?
Who's ours?
Oh, sure it is. Thanks, Wojo. Procedures in the event of civil disasters. Barney, what was I telling you?
That's just what I was saying to Callahan a few hours ago.
Callahan?
Yeah.
But the big-mouth motorcycle cop?
Well,
Huh? What was he in here shooting off his face again? Huh? About me and a cashier in a restaurant over in Bensonhurst? Yeah, well, I want you to know she's a very nice woman. She's practically separated from her husband, too. The big mouth. That's how all those rumors start, Barney.
Absolutely.
Thanks, well, Joe. Here's the phone, your office, Barney.
I get it.
All I was trying to do was get enough money to keep it going for a few days. This stuff don't mean nothing to Fred anymore.
Why didn't you tell me he was dead?
It's on my mind.
Who's dead? Fred. House parent number 3. He's upstairs packed in ice cubes.
We were just trying to keep him cool till Earl and Velma get back.
House parents number 1 and 2 are out of town. I called juvenile and sent the other kids back to the children's center.
You didn't have to do that. We could have took care of that ourselves.
Wait a minute. What killed Fred? Coroner says natural causes. You know, aggravation.
I'm not going back to children's center.
Take it easy.
I hate it. I don't want to live where you get pushed around and food stinks.
If I can take it, you can take it.
What the hell is that?
I guess Beckman fixed the siren.
Wonderful. Just what we needed at a time like this.
There, I fixed it. Now I can't turn it off.
I only wanted to know if we had one. All right. Go find the master switch and kill it so that you don't panic the whole precinct.
I hope you're satisfied.
Hey, just rules and regulations.
Let's get on the phone to dispatch. Have them send some patrol cars around the neighborhood with bullhorns telling everybody it's just a false alarm.
I hope you're right.
Creevy, there's no work. The city has no money. Will you get out of here?
Inspector.
Yeah.
It's the commissioner. It's for you.
Barney, it's been heading south. Our siren is supposed to be on.
Oh, no kidding.
No kidding.
Hello, this is Captain Miller here. Yeah, what? Yes, I'm fully aware of that. It was unintentional.
Well, why's the siren going on, Barney?
Unintentional.
It's unintentional, Commissioner.
Look at it as an unscheduled test. All right, relax. Take it easy. Well, you know, there are 11 million people in this city. And if something did go wrong, there is no way of getting them out. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, well, we have heard rumors, sir. Huh? Well, biggies. Yeah, unfounded? Oh, they're all unfounded. Thank you, sir.
Well, look it up in your gray book. Gray book!
Had it? In the city? Oh, at City Hall. Oh, they all left, huh? Where'd they go? Well, you think you can get them back, Commissioner? Well, I certainly hope so, too. Yes, sir. Goodbye.
Well, get one and read it and learn something.
Barney, take it easy. It was all talk, Barney. It was all just loose talk.
Sure, this time, but someday.
No, sir. Look, don't pay any attention to it. No, false alarm. Right.
There's no trouble. There's a mistake. The siren
Sorry, ma'am.
No, you can't
If there's a mistake, look, please just try to overlook it, okay?
Captain Miller speaking.
Well, let's see you around, man.
In English. English.
Yes, ma'am. Well, precinct, Captain Miller speaking.
Oh, and listen, Barney.
Oh, hold on, please.
You know, what I said about me and a cashier over in Bensonhurst, you know, there's nothing to that. It's unfounded, Barney. All unfounded. Just keep it on your hat, will you? I mean, don't say anything about it.
No problem.
Right, good, Barney. Thanks. I'll see you around, boys.
Well, precinct, Captain Miller speaking.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Don't worry about it. It's a mistake. All right, let's go.
To Children's Center?
Yep.
You mean you're just gonna adopt me?
What do you want me to do, adopt you? Come on, let's go.
You know, there are some women men can never get out of their system.
Maybe someday they'll find a laxative.
Barn, did you hear about the earthquake and tidal wave in the Philippines?
Yeah, terrible.
It says here the Chinese got the atom bomb.
Whoa, Joe.
Won't you? You're going to have to learn to live with one irrevocable fact, and that is that if anything happens, there is no way to get 11 million people out of this city in a hurry.
And what are we going to do?
We just have to hope that mankind never gets to that point in their relationships where they allow something to happen. And we have to do everything we can to prevent it.
Okay. What do we do?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. We will definitely be open this weekend. I personally won't be here, but someone will be. Unless the weather's especially nice.
Oh, it's miserable.
Yes, ma'am. I don't mean in here, I mean out there. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah. Could we speed this up a little? I got a job to get back to.
Address?
Hotel Greenwich, room 325. You know this is entrapment, what you cops did.
Birth date?
February 12th, post-war.
1920.
40. Free. Listen, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just talking to him.
What'd you ask him for $60 for?
On a whim.
Hey, what time you got, Fish?
4:45.
Oh, man, I want to get home fast tonight.
Aren't you lucky?
You see, I'm taking this very, very special young lady to the theater tonight. I had to pay a scalper $75 for the tickets, you know, because she really, man, she's dying to see the show, you know. But I figured it'd be worth it, you know, just to get our relationship started off on the right track. I'm hoping she'll be grateful all weekend, you know what I mean?
You must be telling me all this because there's no one else available.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Harris.
Yeah, Barney.
Do me a favor. Can you find the Criminal Procedures Code and would you file this for me?
Sure, right away, Barney.
Would you do something about the way you look?
Me? What's the matter with me?
You're kempt, Harris. It's 90 degrees. The rest of us are wrinkled, dripping wet. You're making us look bad.
I'll try, Barney, but you're making it pretty rough.
Get over here.
Hey, come on, give me a break. I think I'm having a stroke.
Yeah, right.
What do we got here?
My name is Philip Dupree. Tried to rip off a warehouse over by the river.
I wasn't stealing. I didn't feel good. I was just looking for a place to lie down.
Yeah, he was breaking into a box of radios.
I was getting some Excelsior to make a bed.
You tried to jump in the river.
I know this man may have saved your life.
Why, I can swim.
In that river, you don't drown, you dissolve.
That's the only ID he had on him.
Passport?
Is it always as hot in here?
No, it usually cools down around the middle of November.
Hey, can I get something cold? I'm burning up.
Hold on. Thailand? Hong Kong? Pakistan?
Ethiopia?
Monaco? Really get around, Mr. Dupree. I envy you.
Yeah, well, I don't like to be tied down, you know, trapped in one place. I gotta be free. Like an eagle. You know what I mean?
You talking to me?
Hey, Dupree, what's your address?
Oh, various.
Your last address.
27 Che Guevara Plaza, Luanda, Angola. 3rd floor rear.
Yeah, try this.
Coffee?
If you want to cool off, you drink something hot. It's physics.
Where'd you learn that?
It was on the back of a jar of coffee.
Fish. Yeah. Give me a hand with these precinct reports. I want to get out of here early tonight.
Oh, you got something special planned for tonight?
As soon as I get home and packed, Liz and I are off to this little hotel, South Shore of Jersey. Just the two of us, a couple of days.
Sounds very nice.
How about you and Bernice? Got some plans?
Yeah, she's got hers and I got mine.
Okay, Dupree. Come on your feet. Come on. All right.
Yeah, I don't feel so.
Bojo, get a doctor. Give me his coat.
It was a fresh pot.
Turning up.
What do you say, Doc?
He's running almost 104. Needs some cold compresses.
We've got some towels, don't we?
We had one, but the nap wore off 4 years ago.
They'll do fine. Get it.
No good. We threw it away. It's cracked.
Bring anything. Rags, paper towels, cold water.
Hey, listen. Listen, you run this place. Can't you help
Look,
me
not
out?
now, please. Not now.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Hey, when can I get out of here? My time is valuable.
As is ours.
Not like hers.
Listen, can't you finish writing me up?
Sorry, we work on commission.
You got a sense of humor. That always turns a woman on. How long you been a cop?
I was the first.
I'm telling you, it's all right.
I don't like this place.
Well, he helped us the last time, didn't he?
Yes, but he didn't enjoy it. Oh, God, we've walked in on a purge.
What can we do for you?
May we see Captain Miller?
He's busy. He'll be right with you.
Why don't we come back sometime when he isn't working?
Has there been an accident?
And not that we've seen anything.
You mean him? No. He just sort of collapsed.
I've heard of that.
He's running a fever. Doctor's having a look at him.
Tension.
Warren, no paper towels, but I found a pair of socks in my locker.
Guess he was sick, huh?
Well, you might as well finish booking him and make out a transfer sheet just in case we have to send him to the hospital.
Good afternoon.
Oh, hello, Marty.
Hello, Captain. Mr. Driscoll and I would like a few moments of your time. You remember Mr. Driscoll?
Driscoll?
Captain Miller. Detective Wojciechowicz.
Oh, yeah. Hi, how you doing?
Just the same. You haven't changed.
You know, I haven't changed. I ain't never gonna change.
Could we see you in your office, Captain?
Certainly, certainly.
Buddy, how do you get an outside line here?
Dial 9. Doc, what do you think he's got?
Thank you. I'm going to need a large piece of cardboard.
What for?
And a marking pen.
Why? What are you gonna do?
With a big, wide point.
What do you need a cardboard and a marking pen for?
I don't know. I ain't a doctor.
Supreme Court upholds anti-gay statute.
9 old men who dress up in black robes and they say we're peculiar.
Refers to states' rights. Yes, I'm familiar with this decision. What about it?
We want to go to California.
San Francisco, actually.
Darryl used to live there. The gay community is prominently represented in industry and business, city government, the police force.
Just like everywhere else.
But the law is fair and sophisticated. We have been accepted in California.
There's still a few hostile areas. Fresno, San Clemente.
Yeah, if you think you'd be happier in California, by all means. Brian, good luck.
Well, there's only one trouble. I'm still on probation for shoplifting.
Spoken to your probation officer for permission to leave?
Well, I was hoping you'd speak to him first. I need someone for a character reference.
Character? Me? Marty, I've had you arrested 6 times.
I need someone who's known me for 2 years.
You're being quarantined.
Quarantine? What for?
I don't know. The doctor's putting a sign up right now.
On its way over. I want to get out of here.
Not now. Have some more of these made up and put them at every entrance on this floor.
Look, what have we got?
Well, I'm not sure yet.
Well, what do you suspect?
Well, according to the symptoms, other indications could be one of 2 things. Chickenpox or smallpox.
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 Oh, God, I already have a bad complexion.
Does that mean we gotta stay here all night?
Huh? I mean, we can't go home?
Don't get excited until we know that it's true.
That's exactly the situation. Till we know what we're dealing with, no one goes in or out of this room.
Oh, man. You people and your flimsy constitutions.
Well, we can't all sleep up here. We'll be jammed together like sardines.
Barn, I can't stay cooped up here all night. Can't we just wash and sneak out the back way here?
Just relax. Just take it easy. Everybody take it easy. There's nothing we can do about this, so let's just get organized and try and make it a little more comfortable for everyone. Get Kogan on the phone, tell him nobody comes in or out, and tell him downstairs in the storeroom there are some cots. We'll need blankets and pillows. Have them stack it outside the door. Tell them we'll need it for 3, 6, there'll be 8 of us.
What? Hi, Barney. Come on. What is this, some kind of joke?
9.
Bernice, it's by order of the health department. What can I do? I'll come home when they lift the quarantine. Yes, Bernice, I realize this is the first time since we're married we've slept apart. The change will do us both good.
Look, I don't seem to be getting through to you. I got a lot of precincts out there to worry about, and I ain't been in here long enough to catch a cold.
Excuse me, Captain. Yeah. Where else could this man have come in close contact with anyone?
Wojo, what'd you do with Dupree from the minute you picked him up?
I put him in the car.
Were you alone?
No, 2 uniforms.
And then?
I brought him right here. Brought him in. We booked him downstairs. Took him to get mug shots, fingerprints.
He's been throughout the building.
Well, you say if you're gonna do something, do it right. Nothing half.
Right.
I'm gonna have to quarantine the whole building.
The whole precinct?
We're not fooling around with athlete's foot here, buddy. We're gonna take Dupree down to the hospital.
Well, what about us? Don't we get any shots, pills?
No.
Advice?
Well, if it turns out to be smallpox and you've been inoculated, you should be okay. If you haven't, it wouldn't help anyway.
Well, I don't know if I've been inoculated. Have you?
Sure, but not since the Army.
That long ago.
There is one more thing.
What's that?
Who's paying for this?
City.
I was afraid of that.
Smallpox. Yeah. Why don't you take a bath once in a while?
Well, look, did she say where she was going? Look, I'm supposed to meet her at the theater tonight at 8 o'clock. Is she coming back? Well, look, if she does, tell her to call me at the 12th, okay? Yeah, thanks. Oh, man, this is blowing my whole weekend, man.
It'll not be so bad. You play claviage? Yamana. Oh, Barney. Yeah, thanks, Code. Kogan's got the stuff out.
Oh, good. Bring it in. Harris, will you give Nick a hand?
Oh, yeah, sure, fine.
Joe, might as well take a run down to the desk. Time to put up some signs, close the doors, tell them we're temporarily out of business.
All right, Barney.
Hey, are you kidding me? Am I really stuck here for the night?
That's the way it looks. You've been inoculated?
For what?
Smallpox.
Let me check my list.
That's the way it goes, Barney? Hold on. Get in your office.
Sure.
Excuse me. Well, looks like we're all going to be roughing it here together for the night, huh? Well, my name's Luger, Frank Luger, Inspector.
Daryl Driscoll.
Driscoll, how you doing? That's a nice sweater.
Oh, thank you. Hand crocheted.
Read that again?
I said it's hand crocheted from Italy.
I thought so.
I finally got somebody to feed the dog and put out the lights.
Good. Oh, this is my friend Marty Morrison, Inspector...
Luger, Frank Luger, NYPD.
My pleasure.
Likewise, I'm sure. Excuse me? Where'd you pick up the Lavender Hill mob?
Just visiting?
Yeah. I told him I liked his sweater. Pretty close, huh? In your office, cover me. Heavily.
Okay, hang on. Cogan's holding.
Oh, how's it going down there?
Little panic, nothing serious. He wants to know whether he can have his blankets and cots and pillows back again.
Tell him no.
You sure? There are 80 men down there. They're armed.
We got plenty to go around down there. Besides, we're responsible for the well-being of the civilians in our custody. Something smells like World War II.
Sorry. What are we gonna do about food?
Oh, headquarters will probably send something.
They won't.
Go Grossman's, order enough sandwiches for everybody, something to drink.
That's almost 200 sandwiches.
Okay.
You got any money?
Sign for it.
I'll give him an official police department voucher. That'll fool him.
Nothing for smallpox.
Sorry.
Well, listen, you can't figure on everything.
Hey, man, listen, it's a beautiful show, man. Yeah, I got fantastic seats. And look, all I'm asking is what I paid for the seats. Huh? $75. Hello? Hello? Cretin.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Polly Capshaw.
How do you do?
What's your name?
Fish.
Fish what?
Philip K. Fish.
You married, Phil?
Completely.
I was married, but I didn't like it.
Oh, that's a darn shame.
Yeah, we got a divorce after 5 months.
Well, some of us are more fortunate than others.
Let's everybody grab a cot. Come on. Not that hard. Just get together. Let's go.
What are we supposed to do?
Find someplace where you think you'll be comfortable.
We have, California.
Marty, just think of this as a temporary setback. Put the cot wherever you think it'll fit, okay?
Where?
Anywhere. So you can't go downstairs, it's too crowded. Stay off the stairways and the fire exits, okay?
What about your office?
Only room for one cot plus the couch, and with Inspector Luger here, you know, protocol.
Well, a shotgun is Songu.
Money? What kind of a relationship is that, you know, the two men should have for each other like that? It's weird, ain't it? Wouldn't you think they'd try and follow the example set by nice guys like you and me? I mean, you know, we're friends. There's something filthy about it, right?
Barn? Excuse me. I found smallpox in the dictionary.
It won't be necessary, Ward, John.
Barn. Smallpox. An acute, highly contagious, sometimes fatal disease caused by a virus and characterized by an inflammatory fever and the eruption of deep-seated pustules that leave permanent scars.
Thank you.
Where do you hear what pustules are?
It won't be necessary. I think I'll recognize it when I see him.
Barney says you can die from it.
All right.
You must be joking. You can die.
All right, let's just take it easy. Take it easy. Let's not dwell on it. I mean, we don't even know if the man had it. Besides, if you've been inoculated, you're probably safe.
Oh, have we been inoculated?
Well, mine's run out. I haven't been to Europe for 7 years.
You've been to Europe?
Yeah.
What do you think the odds are of a guy having smallpox?
Oh, 100 to 1.
See, thing is, Nick, I was all over the guy, you know?
Don't worry about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it appears we're going to be spending the next 24 hours or so in each other's company. Now, it's hot, it's uncomfortable, so let's try to make it as easy as possible on one another. Let's keep a happy thought. Let's not just sit around staring at one another. Let's try to be constructive. Well, it's a start.
We're being quarantined.
Quarantine? What for?
I don't know. The doctor's putting a sign up right now.
Have some more of these made up and put them at every entrance on this floor.
Look, what have we got?
Well, I'm not sure yet.
Well, what do you suspect?
Well, according to the symptoms, other indications could be one of two things: chickenpox or smallpox.
Does that mean we gotta stay here all night?
What?
You mean we can't go home?
Well, we can't all sleep up here. We'll be jammed together like sardines.
I can't stay cooped up here all night.
Relax.
Can't we just wash and sneak out the back way here?
Just relax. Just take it easy.
You meet a Miss Regina Gregory at the box office at 8 o'clock. Yeah. Explain to her what happened and give her one of the tickets. Yeah, hey, look, just scalp that other one off or whatever you can get, huh? Hey, man, listen, don't be telling me about what's illegal. I am a police officer.
Oh, hey, are you kidding me? Am I really stuck here for the night?
That's the way it looks. You've been inoculated?
For what?
Well, looks like we're all going to be roughing it in here together tonight, huh? My name's Luger, Inspector Frank Luger.
Daryl Driscoll.
Driscoll, how you doing? That's a nice sweater.
Oh, thank you. Hand crocheted.
Read that again?
I said it's hand crocheted from Italy.
I thought so.
Bernice, it's by order of the health department. What can I do? I'll come home when they lift the quarantine. Yes, Bernice, I realize this is the first time since we're married we've slept apart. A change will do us both good.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
I've cleaned everything.
What for?
Busy hands are happy hands. Would you like some coffee?
Yeah, sure.
These cups look different.
I scrubbed off all the mold and mildew.
I thought it was a pattern.
Hey, this coffee ain't bad.
Thank you. Would you like some?
No, thanks. I'm cutting down.
Is there, anything yet, Barney?
No. Bo just called in the hospital. She fix herself up with a place to sleep?
Yeah, but I ain't gonna make it tonight, Barney.
Dr. Friedman. Here he is, Doctor.
Doctor, this is Captain Miller. Yeah, we were wondering if they were, still waiting for the results. All right. How's Dupree? No, everybody here is fine. How about Dupree? 105, wow. Convulsions, huh? Hallucinating. Okay, we'd appreciate word as soon as you get it, huh? Okay, thank you.
He's hallucinating?
Well, that's what happens with high fever.
You don't hallucinate with chickenpox.
And that means he has smallpox. Oh, mother! Oh, my God.
Take it easy. Settle down, it's getting late. Fish.
Yeah.
Why don't you take the cot over by the bathroom?
I'd appreciate it.
Nick, you okay over here?
Yeah, that's fine.
On this cap show, we've got to find a place for you.
Oh, any place is fine. I'm not particular.
Why don't you take the couch in my office?
Oh, well, if my friends could see me now.
Anybody got an extra toothbrush?
Roger, why don't you finish the floor plan as to who sleeps where?
Oh, all right, Barney.
Inspector, it's occurred to me that it probably would be better if Miss Capshaw slept on the couch in my office.
Oh, okay, Barney. I'll take the cot. Just kidding. Humor there. It's all yours, Miss Capshaw.
Thanks.
My pleasure. Nice kid, Barney, you know? Huh? Too bad. Went wrong somewhere down along the line. Nice heart-to-heart talk, but just straighten her out. About 2 a.m., huh, Vaughn?
Inspector.
Oh, yeah. Ah, thanks, Nick. This one looks a little scrungy, no?
We use it to clean the typewriters. You better wash it out real good before you use it.
Yeah. I guess it's better than nothing.
Hi.
How are you?
I work downstairs.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Name is Levitt. Officer Carl Levitt. I work downstairs.
Right, I'm Harris.
I know that. I see you guys every day when you walk right past me without saying hello coming up here to work.
Can I do something for you, Levitt?
You got any more sandwiches?
Hey, man, we kept 10. You guys had 170.
Some of the guys are still hungry. They sent me up as spokesman.
Sorry.
Mind if I ask around?
Good luck.
Thanks. So, this is where all the detectives hang out. I never been up here before because I ain't made detective. Too short. Never mind a guy's record. His devotion to duty. Too short. We're cops, not basketball players. Shit. How you doing? You got any food left?
No.
Oh, excuse me, Captain Miller.
Uh-huh.
Levitt, Officer Carl Levitt.
What can I do for you, Levitt?
Well, the guys are kind of hungry downstairs, sir.
Well, I'm afraid they're going to have to make do till the morning.
Yes, sir. I'd appreciate the chance to have an opportunity to talk to you at some time, sir. Man to man.
Certainly, Levitt.
Relating to career opportunities and prejudice contained therein, sir.
In a more opportune time, right?
Thank you, sir. What are you, about 6'1"?
Yeah, about what?
No reason. 6'1".
Next, anyone? Yeah, Nick. My breath smells like ink.
Sorry. Want to lick some stamps?
Forget it. This cut taken?
Yeah.
You gonna finish that?
Who are you?
Forget it. You wouldn't have anything left that you're not gonna eat, huh?
Sorry, I only had one sandwich and I finished that some time ago. Excuse me.
How tall is he?
6'3 3/4.
See? When you're that tall, they overlook anything.
You know, it's a funny thing, Fish. You and I, we work together 8 hours a day all week long, and we never talk. It's like a conversation, you know?
That's true.
See, Fish, this one's really got me. I mean, you keep your body in shape, you take vitamins, eat the right foods, and then some germ comes along and kills you.
Yeah.
I mean, I never used to think about that. And then all of a sudden it hit me. You can go any time, just like that. You get a bullet in the back, get hit by a truck. Maybe something just snaps inside your head.
You see why we don't talk more often?
You know, I remember what my great-grandfather said just before he died. He said, Although one may conspire to delay the moment of one's death,
Yeah?
that's as far as he got.
I don't care how I go, Barney. As long as I go fast. You ain't gonna find Frankie Luger rotting away in some hospital hooked up to one of those machines that goes to the bathroom for you. You know what I do in a case like that, Barney?
Very graphic.
Quick and clean, the way a good cop should go. Forster went that way.
Right.
Remember? Blew him up in his car. Nothing left of him. Remember? Recliner. A recliner. Gunned down over on 13th Street. Not a bad way to go, Barney.
Very nice.
Oh. Hey, but I wouldn't want to go like old Brownie, though, huh? That vein blew out in his head. Here he is up in that nursing home in Vermont, laying there stretched out like a carrot.
Inspector, it's late. Come on, why don't you try and get some
Okay, buddy. Good. No, sorry, Barney. You know, I really love those guys, Barney. And when I think of you... I'm talking wholesome stuff.
Pretty good coffee, huh, Nick?
Thank heaven for little girl, grow bigger every day. Thank heaven for little girl to grow up in the most delightful. That disturbing?
No, not at all. I love music.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I just didn't want to. Such a friend over there might be asleep.
Oh, I'm not asleep.
Well, good. Good. I didn't want you to doze off under the wrong impression.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, yes, you do know what I mean. Back there before, when I was talking about the three sweetest greatest cops that ever lived, I saw the look you gave me when I said how much I love those guys. But I meant that in a man-to-man way. You understand the expression, man-to-man?
Very well.
Well, what I meant was that we each had love and affection for one another. We were out there on the streets together, fighting together. We did it every day, day after day.
We're still doing it.
But you two, you know, you have a different relationship. Hasn't anybody ever pointed that out to you?
Love and affection between two human beings is nothing to be ashamed of, Inspector.
Of course not. But you two, you're carrying it too far, don't you understand?
It isn't that much further.
Oh, so somebody was shooting up their mouth about the fact that I never got married, is that it?
I was married once.
Well, if you're going to take that attitude, it's...
No, I don't want to go to work. Not up there.
Huh? What's that?
Hot, dirty, messy.
Get out of that bathroom, man!
Rotten coffee.
immigration forms and lazy. Human relations. Lock all them crazy mothers up. Hey, Barney, don't give me that old psychology, man. Compassionate turkey.
I think we should wake him up and then kill him.
Royalties, stocks, bonds, big gold bars. Oh, God, I want to be somebody.
Hello? You all right?
Yeah. What is it?
Nothing.
How come everybody's up?
Coincidence.
My mouth is all dry.
Probably from using it too much.
Anybody call me, Fish, while I was asleep? Regina?
I don't know.
Oh, go ahead.
No. You go.
I can wait.
Oh, so can I.
Thanks.
Wow, you think you know somebody.
No respect.
All right. A situation like this can bring out hidden resentments. Let's not let a few subconscious mumblings poison the whole relationship.
Fine. But sometimes I get pretty sick of that compassionate stuff myself. No offense.
Oh, precinct, what's yours? Precinct, Barney, it's Dr. Friedman.
Doctor, yeah, Captain Miller here. What's the verdict? Yes, Doc, you'll get paid. Come on. What kind of pox was it? Chicken or little? Or small? You're absolutely sure? 100% chicken.
Oh.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Okay, we can all go home as soon as we get this place straightened out. Whoa, Joe, you better give him the word downstairs.
Right, Barney. Hey, Fish. How's it feel to know you're just as healthy today as you were yesterday, huh?
You're vicious, you know that?
Captain Miller, goodbye. I hope we haven't caused too much trouble.
No, not at all, buddy.
Well, would you say that I've been some help?
Yeah, you've been very cooperative.
And decent and honest and dependable?
Yes, Marty.
And would you tell that to the probation officer so we can go to California?
Marty, they probably won't even listen to me.
They would if you got emotional about it.
Thanks for the coffee.
You're very welcome.
What did you do to the coffee?
Well, it was nothing special. It just takes a unique talent.
I was afraid it was something like that.
So long, Inspector.
Aye.
Goodbye, Inspector. It was very nice talking to you.
Likewise. I trust I made myself perfectly clear.
Perfectly.
Excuse me, is there a Capshaw P up here? I got a bail ticket.
That's me. Well, goodbye, boys. Thanks for the use of the hall, Captain. You've really been very considerate.
Good luck.
All we got was sandwiches.
So long, Phil.
Goodbye, Miss Capshaw.
It's really been wonderful being with you. You're terrific.
That's pure speculation.
Never have I spent so much time with so many for so little.
You know, Winston Churchill said that.
Never met the man.
Hey, Tina? How are you, baby? Yeah, I'm sorry I had to wake you. I tried to get a hold of you all last night. Did Cunningham explain to you why I couldn't make it? Well, did he tell you what kind of disease? Look, it was chicken pox, I swear. It was chicken pox. It was... Who's that laughing? Is that Cunningham? Is that you, Cunningham?
Fine. You're absolutely certain now. We don't have smallpox.
That's what the hospital said.
It's really a relief, you know? I mean, I was right on top of that guy. If anybody was going to get it, it was going to be me.
Strictly chickenpox. Chickenpox all the way. A childhood disease, we've all had it.
I never did.
Yes, ma'am. We're right around the corner from McDougal Alley. You'll recognize it by the blue and white cars out front. And the expired meters. And no tickets on the windshields.
You don't think Fish mind if I use one of his pencils, do you?
No, I don't think so.
I know how guys, you're working together a long time. I know how tight you are, and I'm an outsider here, just filling in temporarily while Fish is out, so, I mean, don't hesitate to tell me if I'm stepping out of bounds.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Dietrich.
Okay. I just don't want to step on anybody's toes. Can anybody drink that coffee?
Yeah. Nick, you got the Hinman file for me?
Can't find it.
Wasn't it underage?
Nope.
How about B, burglary?
Barney, the files are all screwed up.
Well, I thought you were going to straighten them out for me.
I don't know where to start.
How about A?
I can't find it.
This is not funny. I gotta have that file, and I want those drawers put in some semblance of rational order.
Yes, sir.
What about you? How about my arrest reports for last month?
I'm working on them, Barney, but I got stuck on something.
On what?
Well, this. The suspect then turned on Officer Sloan and attacked him with the... I need a word that means savage, but in a premeditated way.
Use that?
Too awkward.
This is an arrest report, not a literary masterpiece. Come on.
People downtown have come to expect something more when they see my name on a report.
Forget your reputation. Give me the report.
Okay, Barney. But I'm going to use my pseudonym.
Morning, Dietrich. How's everything going?
Fine. How about you? You feel okay?
Yeah, fine.
Because I noticed you had a little twinge over there.
Just a little heartburn.
How old a man are you, Captain?
What?
Well, you know, when you get to a certain age, you got to be more cautious. You got to watch, keep your eye on blood pressure and cholesterol level and emotional irritation.
Thank you.
Listen, if you get a chance, why don't you take a look at this?
Are you courting a coronary?
That's good reading.
Thank you.
I studied medicine for 9 months.
Really? What happened?
Nothing. Just became a cop.
Morning, Woj.
Come on. Mail in yet?
No, you expecting something?
Official business. Where's Fish?
Oh, he's not coming in today.
What's the matter with him now?
An old ailment acting up again.
You mean the one where he can't sit down too good?
Yes, that's the one I was referring to, and it's not a laughing matter.
Yeah, I know. Just hard to sympathize with something you never had.
You're young yet.
Yeah, thanks. Barney? Hey, bus went out of control and crashed into a building over on 12th Street. They think it was a hijack.
Hijack?
Yeah.
Woodrow, go ahead.
Bet. Man, you know, I ain't never even been on a bus in this town. Yeah, I can't afford a cab. I don't go.
You go broke taking cabs.
Plus, I stay home a lot.
Here, the Hinman report.
Oh, thank you. Just out of curiosity, what was it under?
Some magazines.
Morning.
What are you doing here?
I work here. Or at least I used to.
I thought you were going to go to the doctor and then go directly home.
Well, I decided at a time like this, I should be among friends. Old friends.
I didn't think you were coming in today, Fish. Hobbyist. I can move my stuff. I'll use another desk. Well, I move my stuff to another desk. Listen, it's easy. What I'll do is I'll take my stuff off your desk, and I'll go find another desk.
What's the verdict?
I'm going to have that operation.
Good. You should have had it 6 months ago when you were supposed to.
Well, they gave me a bad room. They put me in with a screamer.
Okay, ladies, gentlemen, step right inside, please.
You know, this is the first time I've been robbed in a moving vehicle. The same.
You want to have a seat right here, please?
What's the story?
It's a holdup all the way, Barney.
These the passengers?
That's some of them. Wojo's bringing the rest of them in another car. The suspect jumped off the bus as soon as it crashed, but we cordoned the block off, so...
Okay.
Nobody cares nothing about protecting the buses. I mean, you could bring a bazooka on there as long as you pay the exact fare and don't spit on the floor.
Barney, this is Mr. Strand. He was the bus driver.
What's that supposed to mean? What? You're looking for a fall guy, huh? Well, look someplace else.
Mr. Strand, Detective Harris isn't accusing you of anything. He's just identifying you to me.
Well, why single me out? I mean, there are two other people here he could have identified.
Barney, this is Miss Lambert. This is Mr. Quentin. And neither of them was the bus driver.
You see? Punch him.
All right. We've got some questions we want to ask you, all of you. So if you'll just have a seat, we'll try and make it as painless as possible. All right.
Mr. Quentin, you have a seat over here, please? What's the matter?
Just a slight throbbing from the crash.
Maybe you want to go to the hospital.
Oh, no. I'll have it seen to later.
You want me to take a look at it?
You a doctor?
I don't like talking about it.
Okay, Mrs. Pierce, why don't you have a seat right over there? Mr. Cranston.
Look, I told you before, I really don't have time for this.
I got time. Not a lot.
You got a whole room full of witnesses. How many more do you need, for God's sakes?
Oh, we try to squeeze in as many as we can, Mr. Cranston. It helps block our view of the squalor.
Did the mail come in yet?
No.
You sure?
What are you waiting for?
Well, I took the sergeant's exam again.
Hey.
Results are due today.
Good luck. Detective Sergeant Wojciechowicz. Fits.
Of course, I'm not worried. I mean, not that important. I mean, it's not like it's life or death or something like that.
Yeah, sure. Make it, you make it. You don't, you don't.
What do you mean if I don't?
Forget I said that.
How can this happen in a civilized city? What are we paying the police for, huh?
Oh, shut up, Harry. They're doing the best they can.
Hey.
You two know each other?
Yes. No. I met her in the bus.
Okay.
Here you go, Miss Pierce. Is that okay?
Good and strong. Just the way I like it. I bet you like it that way, too.
Yeah, I do.
You can tell a lot about a man by the way he takes his coffee.
Maybe we better just get this statement out of the way, Mrs. Pierce.
My last husband took his real strong and hot.
Yeah, right.
God, how long have I been in there?
It's all one crime.
Thank you.
Listen, I heard about the operation you're going in for. It's nothing to worry about. It's a serious procedure, but it's something that's performed successfully every day. The biggest problem is people letting their fears and imagination get out of hand.
I'm not worried. I got a fine doctor, and it's a very good hospital.
Because there are no guarantees.
Sure, it was all going to be different. You were going to tell your wife. Everything was going to be above board. No more hiding me, no more sneaking around, no more meeting in dark bars.
Hang on. No more hiding.
Don't put that down.
It's her statement.
Here, put it down.
Oh. That's him, the lousy creep. I've been with the company 12 years.
Harris, put him in the cage.
That's where he belongs. That crummy punk.
Hands on him.
Somebody kick him where it counts.
Hey, what's with the names?
You dented my cigarette case.
Look at me, Clyde.
All right.
You okay?
Barney?
Yeah.
Here's the sack of stuff that Brenner brought in.
All right, let's see who claims what.
Okay, Barney.
Nick, give him a hand. Yeah. Where are you off to?
Kogan called from downstairs. The mail's in.
Huh?
There's a letter from the exam board.
Good luck.
You want to come over and identify your possessions, Mr. Quinn?
Oh, I wasn't robbed. I guess he didn't have time to get to me.
You're an honest man. There's a lot of nice stuff over there. How's your neck?
Oh, pretty much the same.
You gotta give it time. I'll look in on you a little later.
You got the results?
Huh? Yeah.
Well?
It's the same as usual. I failed.
Oh, Jay, you want to come in the office? I want to have a word with you.
I can't, Barn. I got a lot of work to do here.
I don't want to put rank on you.
Why not? You got it. Might as well enjoy it.
Okay, ladies, gentlemen, if you'll come over and identify your personal property, please.
Oh, that's my wallet. There's a picture inside there.
Nice looking lady.
Not bad.
Some classy group. 18 people. $211.
So you failed one test. If at first you don't succeed...
It's not the first one, it's the fourth. I'm going for a record.
So chalk it up to experience and grow with it.
Barn, experience helps a lot of people, but he never done nothing for me.
That is a defeatist attitude.
No, I can take it. I mean, let Yamana and Fish and Harris squad lead the war against crime. I'll stay there and I'll type and I'll file and I'll do my job. And I'll be the best third-grade cop for the rest of my natural life. It's okay with me.
That's the way you want it?
That's the way I want it. I'm just going to take this letter and I'm going to chuck it right in a wastebasket. As soon as I can get my hand open.
Barney, we got problems.
What?
Well, none of the victims are going to sign the complaints against Brenner.
Oh, wonderful. 5 minutes ago, they were screening for his blood.
They say they don't want to get any more involved.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's the trouble?
Well, it seems to me that we spent enough time here. We've got our stuff back, you've got your punk, and I have a business to run.
We're not going to be able to do much with our punk unless we get your statements as witnesses.
And spend a whole day in court?
Unfortunately, that's part of what we call the American judicial system, yes.
It might be nice. I've never seen you in the morning.
I ain't taking any more time off from work. You know how many guys are in line waiting for my job?
I don't want to get involved.
You're already involved.
From your mouth to his ear.
Weren't you the guy who was yelling that the police were falling down on the job? Well, it's time for you to take some responsibility. We need your statements as witnesses. We need your testimony in court.
Hey, you're not allowed to do that. That's badgering a witness.
Clam up, Brenner.
How about you, ma'am? How do you feel about it?
Well, I want to sign, but I'm afraid.
Afraid of what?
That punk's friends, they remember somebody who squeals. Yeah, they'll come in the middle of the night. They'll tie me up. They'll tear at my clothing.
Ma'am, you're letting your imagination get the better of you.
That's all I got left, Captain.
What about you, Miss Lambert? What do you think?
Oh, well, goodbye. Oh, it was nice to meet you.
I'll take you home.
Oh, no, thanks. I want to take a cab. A woman in my condition should never ride another bus.
Condition? What condition?
Oh, who knows? Maybe I have heart trouble.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Listen, I gotta get out of here. You know how it is.
Yeah, sure, Strand. We know how it is.
I mean, they'll probably let him off anyway. It's all a waste of time. Yeah, thanks to you and your defeatist attitude.
Here, here.
If you ever get out of here, I'm warning you, stay off my bus. Wonderful to see you, weirdo. You know, guys like that give me such a headache.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I'm leaving now, Captain.
Oh, we'll contact you if we need you.
The big one has my number. Have him call me.
I'll do that.
Soon.
Soon.
The big one.
Oh, Mr. Quentin, I forgot about you completely. What do you say?
Oh, I'd like to help you.
Good. Dietrich, bring a statement. We'll have Mr. Quentin sign it.
Oh, but I can't.
Mr. Quentin, there has been a crime committed. We like to discourage that sort of thing, and we need your help.
Oh, well, I'm a little hazy on the facts.
You were robbed, weren't you?
No, he wasn't robbed.
Well, I mean, you saw other people being robbed then.
I guess so.
You hurt your back?
Yeah.
I thought it was your neck.
Well, it's all together.
Where did you get on that bus, Mr. Quentin?
7th Avenue and 26th Street, I think.
It was a cross-town bus.
Well, I said I was hazy on the facts.
You got on that bus after the crash, didn't you?
Why would I do a thing like that?
Insurance fraud. How about that? Good guess?
Well, I mean, people do it every day, don't they? Insurance companies got plenty. They get a break on taxes. They soak us pretty good, right?
That's an opinion, but they do it legally.
Hey, Quentin, come on in here with me. There's plenty of room.
Am I free to go?
Fortunately, you didn't go too far.
I could have signed that statement. You never would have known.
Conscience doth make cowards of us all.
Very well put.
Can you believe that?
You know what it is?
What?
What?
Sinus trouble.
Okay, Harris, you and Dietrich take our friend over to Manhattan South. Tell him about the witnesses. Tell him to swear out subpoenas. Tell them to do whatever they want.
Okay, Barney.
Nick, Bojo, you two go over to the hospital. Maybe we can get some statements from some of the other passengers.
All right. Hey, Barn.
Huh?
I like your style.
Never had it as a third grade.
Okay, Brenner, let's go.
Easy, easy. I got sinus trouble, right?
I stake my professional reputation on it.
State of New York Penal Code? Little light reading?
Yeah, I'm gonna take another crack at it. 5's the magic number.
That's 3.
Who asked you?
You know how they make donuts? They fry them in hot fat. It's cholesterol. You know about cholesterol? It builds up in little globules, veins and arteries. Clogs them up so blood can't get to your heart. No, Nick, they don't tell you that on the box.
I thought it might be like cigarettes.
It's a lifeline. But we have to be smart. No more sure things. No more Central American markets. You mean it? Raquel asked, her voice full of hope. Dell looked up at her, and for a second, the mask of the salesman slipped. I have to mean it, Raquel. For you. For Damien. For the memory of the old man. He looked at the empty chair where Uncle Albert used to sit, telling tales of the war and the sea. He could almost hear the old man's voice, warning him about the sharks in the city. We're going back to basics, Dell declared, his voice regaining its strength. Trotters independent traders, buying and selling, finding the gaps, being the bestest. Rodney walked in, looking like he'd been dragged through a hedge backward. Are we still millionaires, Dell? In spirit, Routers, Dell grinned, tossing him a set of keys. Now, get the van started. I've heard a rumor about a shipment of slightly used digital watches in Sidcup. We've got work to do. As the Reliant Regal roared, or rather, coughed to life in the parking lot below, Del Boy stood on the balcony, looking out over his kingdom. The seasons had changed, the tides had turned, and the trotters were still standing. Cushty, he whispered to the London wind. Chapter 9, The Sidcup Hustle. The drive to Sidcup was an ordeal that only the brave, or the desperate, would undertake in a three-wheeled van with a heater that emitted nothing but the faint scent of burning damp. Rodney hunched in the passenger seat, his knees pressed against the dashboard. I don't like this, Dell, Rodney complained, pulling his scarf tighter. Sidcup, it's practically in the countryside. And these digital watches, who's the contact? Dell wrestled with the steering wheel as the van hit a pothole. It's a bloke named Nifty Neville. A diamond, Rodney. He's got a warehouse full of them. Latest tech, water resistant up to 3 millimeters.
3 millimeters? Del, that's a light drizzle. Exactly. Perfect for the British climate, Del replied, beaming. And get this, they're solar powered. No more batteries. You just show them to the sun, and bingo, you know what time it is. They arrived at a desolate industrial estate that looked like a set for a post-apocalyptic film. Nifty Neville was waiting, leaning against a rusted shutter. He handed Del a cardboard box. Del opened it to reveal a sea of plastic watches, each one flashing 12 o'clock with desperate urgency. Look at that, Rodders. Pure class, Del admired, strapping one onto his wrist. He held his arm out of the van window, waiting for the weak London sun to work its magic. Nothing happened. It's a bit shy. That's all, Del muttered, shaking his arm vigorously. It needs a bit of oomph. Give it a rub, Rodney. Chapter 10. Solar Power in a London Fog. Market day at Peckham was a symphony of chaos. Del stood on his favorite pitch, the cardboard box of solar watches front and center. Step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Del's voice boomed over the crowd. Don't look at the price, look at the quality. Are you tired of batteries dying? Are you sick of losing time when the lights go out? Well, worry no more. The Trotter Solar Watch is here. A small crowd gathered, drawn in by the sheer audacity of his delivery. Is it waterproof? A woman asked, pointing at the plastic casing. Is it waterproof? Del laughed, a sound of pure mock indignation. Darling, this watch was designed for the French Navy. You could dive to the bottom of the Thames, and it would still tell you it's time for a cup of tea. Just then, a dark cloud moved over the market, and a thick, gray fog began to roll in. One by one, the displays on the watches began to fade. The flashing 12 o'clock became a dim memory, then vanished entirely. Oi, my watch has gone blank, a man shouted, holding up his wrist. Del didn't blink. That, sir, is the Echo Sleep feature. It's saving power. It knows you're not looking at it, so it's having a little nap. Pure genius in it. Rodney, standing at the back of the pitch, put his head in his hands. Del, the fog is getting thicker. We're selling invisible time. Nonsense, Rodney. It's an atmospheric horological experience, Del whispered back, before turning to the crowd with a wide grin. Who wants another? Buy 2 and I'll throw in a set of glow-in-the-dark shoelaces. Chapter 11. The Echoes of the Empire. Back at the Nag's Head that evening, the Sidcup sting was the talk of the bar. Del sat with a large cognac, a pile of unsold solar watches in a bag at his feet. So, Del, Boyke said, leaning over with a smirk that could curdle milk. I hear you've been selling watches that only work in the Sahara. Very forward-thinking of you. I suppose your next venture will be selling ice cubes to the Eskimos? It's about the future, Boyke, Del retorted, not missing a beat. Renewable energy, green technology, I'm an environmentalist now. I'm Del Green Trotter. Trigger nodded solemnly from his stool. I like the watches. Del, I bought one. It told me it was midnight all afternoon. Very peaceful. Rodney sighed, sipping his pint. We made 20 quid, Del, and half of that was from selling the shoelaces to a blind man. Raquel arrived, sitting down next to Del. She looked at the bag of watches and then at Del's hopeful face. At least you're trying, Del. That's what matters. Exactly, sweetheart, Del said, squeezing her hand. We're back on the streets, the pulse of the city. We're traders, Rodney. We don't need millions to be happy. We just need a good pitch and a bit of luck. Rodney looked around the pub at the familiar faces, the peeling wallpaper, and the warm, noisy atmosphere. He realized that despite everything, he wouldn't trade this for a boardroom in Central America. I suppose you're right, Del, Rodney admitted. But if you bring home a shipment of solar-powered umbrellas, I'm leaving. Chapter 12, Bonjour, Peckham. The night was quiet as Del stood on the balcony of Nelson Mandela House. The lights of London stretched out before him, a tapestry of possibilities and its pitfalls. He thought about the Harrison watch, the helicopters, and the crash. It felt like a lifetime ago. He looked at the yellow van in the parking lot below. It looked small and battered, but it was still there. It had survived the million-pound dream and the bankruptcy nightmare. It was a trotter through and through. You okay, Del? Raquel asked, joining him. Yeah, Del breathed, the familiar scent of the city filling his lungs. I was just thinking, we've been through a lot, haven't we? But we're still here, still fighting, still trading. And we've got each other, she reminded him. And 50 grand in the bank, Del added, the old twinkle returning to his eyes. Well, 49,980 after today's expenses. He looked up at the stars, which were finally visible as the fog cleared. You know, Rodgers is a good lad, Del mused. He's got his GCEs, his ideas, but he needs me. He needs the old Del Boy touch. He leaned over the railing, shouting into the darkness. Hear that, London? The Trotters are back, and this time next year. Well, you know the rest. Raquel laughed and pulled him back inside. As the door closed, the faint sound of a distant police siren echoed through the streets, a reminder that in Peckham, the hustle never truly ends. Bonjour, Peckham, Del whispered as he turned off the light. Bonjour. Chapter 13, The Executive Suit. The following Monday, Rodney arrived at the flat wearing a suit that was so sharp it could have been used to carve a Sunday roast. It was a charcoal gray number, impeccably tailored, or at least it looked that way until he tried to sit down and the seams let out a high-pitched scream of protest. You look like a proper businessman, Rodney, Del remarked, stirring a cup of tea with a gold-plated spoon. a bit like a younger, slightly more gaunt version of Richard Branson, minus the island, and the airlines, and the charisma. I'm taking my role seriously. Del, Rodney insisted, checking his reflection in a toaster. Cassandra says if I'm the managing director, I should project an image of authority. We're having an executive lunch today. An executive lunch. Sounds posh. Del said, his interest piqued. Where are we going? The Ritz, Savoy, Barney's Cafe. We're going to that new place, Le Petit Gourmet. Rodney said proudly. It's very exclusive. You have to book a table 3 weeks in advance. 3 weeks. I could have grown my own potatoes in that time, Del scoffed. But go on, then. I'll come as your consultant. I've got some consulting to do anyway. I need to see a man about a consignment of, well, let's just say it's an atmospheric opportunity. The lunch was a disaster of epic proportions. The portions were so small that Del spent 10 minutes looking for his steak with a magnifying glass. When the bill arrived, it was more than Rodney's weekly salary. 25 quid for a sprig of parsley and a piece of meat the size of a postage stamp. Del whispered, his face turning a dangerous shade of red. I've seen more substance in a political manifesto. It's about the experience, Del. Rodney hissed back. Experience? The only experience I'm having is the experience of starvation. Del retorted. He leaned over to a nearby table where a wealthy-looking couple were dining. Excuse me, sir, are you finished with that bread roll? Only my managing director here has a very sensitive appetite. Chapter 14, The Bargain from Brussels. A few days later, Del returned to the flat looking like he just won the lottery. He was carrying a small, metallic briefcase that looked remarkably like the ones used by nuclear scientists in 1960 spy films. Gather round, everyone, Del announced, placing the briefcase on the kitchen table. Rodney, Raquel, Cassandra, if you're finished with your executive bookkeeping, take a look at this. He flipped the latches and opened the case. Inside were dozens of small, silver canisters that looked like miniature fire extinguishers. What are they, Del? Raquel asked, peering into the box. Hairspray, deodorant, anti-tank missiles. Better, Del beamed. This, my dear family, is alpine oxygen. Fresh air, straight from the peaks of the Swiss Alps. Compressed, purified, and ready to revitalize the weary lungs of the London workforce. Rodney stared at the canisters. Del, you've bought a box of air? Not just air, Rodney. Alpine air. It's the latest craze in Brussels. All the top executives are using it to stay sharp. One puff of this, and you're ready to take on the world. I've got 2,000 canisters arriving tomorrow. How much did they cost? Cassandra asked, her eyebrows reaching for her hairline. A bargain. 5 grand for the lot. We sell them at 5 quid a puff, I mean, a canister, and we're looking at a 10,000 pound profit. tax-free, naturally. Del, the air in London is free, Rodney pointed out. Dirty, yes, but free. Free but filthy. Rodney, this is pure. It's trotter fresh. I've already got a marketing slogan. Don't just breathe, peak performance. Chapter 15, The Charity Gala and the Smog. The timing of the Alpine oxygen launch couldn't have been more perfect. A thick, yellow smog had descended upon London, turning the city into something resembling a giant bowl of pea soup. People were coughing, spluttering, and generally desperate for a breath of something that didn't taste like coal dust. This is it, rotters, Del shouted, loading the van. The market will be screaming for this. We're going to be heroes, like the Red Cross, but with better jewelry. They set up their pitch in the heart of Peckham. Del was wearing a white lab coat he'd borrowed from a local dentist, and Rodney was standing by with a megaphone. Feeling sluggish, lungs feeling like a chimney sweep's waistcoat, Del shouted, "Get your trotter fresh Alpine oxygen. One puff and you'll think you're skiing in St. Moritz." A crowd gathered instantly. People were clamoring for the canisters, waving 5-pound notes in the air. For 2 hours, it was a frenzy. Del was sweating, his lab coat stained with fog, but he was grinning like a Cheshire cat. I told you, Rodney, vision, that's what I've got. But then the first complaint arrived. A man who had just bought 5 canisters came back, looking less than revitalized. "Oi, this canister is empty," he shouted. "Empty? Impossible," Del said, taking the canister. He pressed the nozzle. A faint, wheezing sound emerged, followed by a smell that was definitely not reminiscent of the Swiss Alps. In fact, it smelled remarkably like Brussels sprouts, Rodney whispered, sniffing the air. "Brussels sprouts," the man roared. "I'm breathing in a Sunday dinner." Chapter 16, The Reality of Fresh Air. It turned out that Nifty Neville's Brussels contact had been slightly less than honest. The canisters weren't filled with Alpine air. They were a surplus batch of industrial-grade gas used in a Belgian vegetable packing plant. The crowd quickly turned from desperate customers to an angry mob. Del and Rodney barely made it to the van before the first tomato hit the windshield. "Start the engine, Rodney, start the engine," Del screamed. The reliant Regal coughed, spluttered, and then roared to life, screeching away from the market just as a hail of empty canisters rained down around them. Back at the flat, the silence was deafening. Raquel and Cassandra were waiting, their arms crossed. So, Raquel said softly, "How did the peak performance go?" Del sat down at the table, his lab coat torn and his pride even more so. "Well, we had a bit of a technical glitch. The Belgian atmosphere is a bit more robust than I anticipated. You lost 5,000 pounds, Del," Cassandra said, her voice like ice. No, not lost. Invested in a lesson," Del corrected weakly. And besides, we've still got the canisters. They're very durable. We could use them as doorstops." Rodney looked at his brother, and for a moment he felt a surge of anger. But then he saw the exhaustion in Bill's eyes, the way his shoulders slumped. He realized that Dell was just trying to get them back to where they were, to the glory days of the Harrison launch. "It's okay, Dell," Rodney said, sitting down next to him. "We've still got the 44,000 from the game show. We're not broke." Dell looked up, a small smile playing on his lips. "You're right, Rotters. You're right. And I've heard a rumor about a shipment of slightly damaged electric toothbrushes in Gravesend. They're sonic, apparently. Very modern." Raquel sighed and walked over to the kitchen. "I'll make some tea. And Dell." "Yes, sweetheart. No more air from anywhere." "Promise," Dell said, crossing his heart with a gold-ringed finger. He winked at Rodney. "But toothbrushes, Rotters. Everyone's got teeth, haven't they? It's a guaranteed winner." As the kettle began to whistle, the Trotters sat together in the heart of Peckham, a family built on dreams, disasters, and an unbreakable bond that no amount of Belgian sprout gas could ever truly tarnish. Chapter 17, The Gravesend Gamble. The trip to Gravesend was conducted in a silence that was only broken by the rhythmic thwack-thwack of a loose wiper blade against the windshield. Dell was focused, his hands gripping the steering wheel as if he were piloting a fighter jet through enemy territory. Rodney, on the other hand, was reading a pamphlet about business ethics and social responsibility, looking like a man about to go to his own execution. "These toothbrushes, Dell," Rodney said, not looking up. "Nifty Neville said they were slightly damaged. What does that mean in nifty terms? Does it mean they don't have bristles? Or do they just explode when you plug them in?" "Don't be so cynical, Rodney. It's cosmetic damage," Dell explained, weaving through traffic. "A few scratches on the box, maybe a slightly wonky logo, but inside, pure sonic technology, 20,000 vibrations per second. It's like having a miniature jackhammer in your mouth, but, gentle." They reached a warehouse that looked even more derelict than the one in Sidcup. A man named Shifty Arthur, a close associate of Nifty Neville, was waiting. He gestured toward a mountain of crates. "There they are, Dell, the Ultrasonic 3000, experimental model, straight from the lab in Japan." Arthur lied, his eyes darting toward the exit. Dell opened a box. The toothbrushes looked impressive sleek, silver, and heavy. He pressed the on button. A low-pitched hum filled the air, and for a moment, every loose piece of metal in the warehouse began to vibrate in sympathy. "Hear that, Rotters? Power?" Dell shouted over the hum. "I'll take the lot." Chapter 18, The Sonic Boom. The following Saturday, the Trotters set up their pitch in Peckham once again. This time, Dell was wearing a silk bathrobe over his clothes. looking like a man who had just stepped out of a luxury bathroom. Do you want teeth so white they'll blind a bus driver? Dell's voice echoed through the market. Do you want a smile that says I'm a millionaire even if I live in a flat? Then you need the ultrasonic 3000. A crowd gathered, intrigued by the silk bathrobe. Rodney stood by with a bowl of water and some stained dentures he'd acquired from somewhere. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen, Dell announced. He dipped a toothbrush into the water and pressed the button. The hum was much louder than before. In fact, it was so loud that a car alarm across the street went off. The water in the bowl turned into a fine mist instantly. The dentures didn't just get clean, they began to rattle so violently that one of the front teeth flew out and hit a passing policeman in the helmet. "Oi!" the policeman shouted, looking around. "It's just the deep clean mode," Dell whispered urgently to the crowd. "It's finding the stubborn stains. Who wants one? 5 quid, a fraction of the retail price." But then something strange began to happen. A pack of local dogs, led by a particularly large Doberman, began to howl in unison. They raced toward the pitch, their ears flat against their heads, looking like they were responding to a silent call from a distant planet. "Dell, I think the frequency is a bit high," Rodney said, backed against the van as 5 dogs began to circle them. "Nonsense. Dogs love hygiene," Dell shouted, but even he looked worried as the Doberman began to gnaw on the leg of the display table. Chapter 19, The CEO's Dilemma. Back at the flat, the living room was filled with the low-pitched hum of several dozen ultrasonic 3000s that Dell was testing. Raquel and Cassandra were in the kitchen, their heads buried in their hands. "Rodney," Cassandra said, her voice trembling with frustration, "as the managing director, can you please tell your consultant to turn off the miniature jet engines? My teeth are literally vibrating in my head." Rodney walked into the living room. "Dell, turn them off. The neighbors are complaining that their television signals are scrambled, and every cat in the building is currently hiding under a sofa." Dell switched them off, and the silence that followed was heavy. "Rodney, you've got to see the bigger picture. We've sold 50 of them. Sure, we've had a few returns from people whose fillings fell out, but the profit margin is huge." "Dell, we can't sell these," Rodney said firmly, his CEO persona finally taking charge. "They're dangerous. They attract animals and scramble electronics. It's a health and safety nightmare." Dell sat down on the sofa, looking at the silver toothbrushes. "I just wanted a winner, rotters. Something that would make up for the air canisters. Something professional. Professionalism isn't about the product, Dell," Rodney said, his voice softening. "It's about, well, it's about not being a menace to society." "I suppose so," Dell sighed. He looked up at Rodney. "So, what do we do with 2,000 sonic toothbrushes?" Rodney thought for a moment. "I heard a rumor that the local council is looking for a way to scare away the pigeons from the town hall. If we mount these on the roof. Dell's eyes lit up. Rodney, you're a genius. A sonic pigeon deterrent. We sell them to the council at 20 quid a unit. We'll make a fortune. Chapter 20, The Trotter Way. The contract with the council was signed within a week. The ultrasonic 3000s were installed on the roof of the Peckham Town Hall, and for the first time in 50 years, not a single pigeon dared to land within 100 yards of the building. Dell and Rodney stood on the pavement across the street, watching as a confused bird hovered in midair before screeching and flying toward Brixton. Look at that, Rodders. Innovation, Dell beamed, pocketing a check from the council. We've done a public service and made a tidy profit. That's the Trotter way. Yeah, Rodney admitted, a small smile appearing on his face. I guess it worked out. They walked back toward the Nag's Head, the familiar sounds of the city surrounding them. They weren't millionaires, and they weren't in Barbados. They were in Peckham, with a bankrupt business, a yellow van, and a family that drove them crazy. But as Dell pushed open the pub door and waved a greeting to Trigger and Boyke, he knew he wouldn't have it any other way. You know, Rodders, Dell said, leaning against the bar. I've heard a rumor about a shipment of slightly used solar-powered calculators in Dartford. They're smart, apparently. They can predict the weather. Rodney groaned and took a deep sip of his pint. Here we go again. No, really, think about it. Everyone's got numbers, haven't they? It's a guaranteed winner. As the sun set over Peckham, casting long shadows across the concrete towers, the Trotters were still dreaming, still trading, and still against all odds together. Kushti, Dell whispered, raising his glass. Kushti. Chapter 21, The Dartford Dash. The trip to Dartford was arguably the most terrifying 60 minutes of Rodney's life. The Reliance engine was making a sound that suggested a disgruntled goblin lived under the hood, and Dell was driving with the reckless abandon of a man who believed speed limits were merely suggestions for the unimaginative. These calculators, Dell, Rodney shouted over the wind whizzing through a gap in the door. Predicting the weather. It's mathematically impossible. A calculator is for long division, not for telling you if you need a brolly. It's about the sensor, Rodders. It's got a barometric quartz processor, Dell replied, narrowly missing a milk float. You punch in your postcode, hit the equals sign, and bingo, it gives you a percentage chance of precipitation. It's the future of agriculture. Son, every farmer from here to Norfolk will be screaming for him. They met the supplier, a man known only as Stuttering Stan, in a car park behind a derelict cinema. Stan produced a box of devices that looked like regular calculators, but had a peculiar, tiny antenna sticking out the side. SSS solar power, Dell, Stan stammered, tapping the tiny panels, and the WWW Weather Logic, PPP Pure Genius. Dell didn't even haggle. He handed over a chunk of the council's pigeon money and loaded the boxes. As they drove away, Rodney noticed the antennas were actually just painted toothpicks glued to the side. Dell, these aren't sensors, Rodney whispered, pulling one off easily. Of course they are. They're biodegradable receivers. Dell snapped. Now hush up. I'm mentally calculating our markup. We're going to be the Michael Fishes of the digital age. Chapter 22, The Prophecy of the Postcode. Back at the flat, Dell had set up a meteorological testing station on the kitchen table. He was surrounded by maps, postcode directories, and half a dozen smart calculators. Right, let's test Peckham, Dell announced. He punched in his E15 and hit the equal sign. The screen flickered and displayed 70 to 0.5%. 72% what? Dell, Raquel asked, peering over his shoulder. Sun, darling, 72% sun. Dell beamed. He looked out the window. It was currently pouring with rain, a steady, gray London drizzle that looked like it had no intention of stopping until 2030. The calculator says sun, Dell, Rodney pointed out, gesturing to the deluge outside. It's a proactive forecast, Rodney. It's predicting the sun for tomorrow. It's thinking ahead. It's got a bigger brain than you, that's for sure. But as the night wore on, every postcode Dell punched in resulted in exactly the same number, 70 to 0.5%. Whether it was the North Pole, the Sahara Desert, or the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, the smart calculator remained stubbornly optimistic. It stuck. Dell, Rodney sighed. It's not a weather sensor. It's just a calculator with one broken button that always displays 70 to 0.5. Dell stared at the screen, his face a mask of stubborn denial. Maybe the world is just becoming very consistent. Rodney, have you thought of that? Maybe it's global stabilization. Chapter 23, The Peckham Heatwave. The next morning, Dell was at the market pitch, wearing a pair of oversized sunglasses and a Hawaiian shirt that looked like it had been designed by someone in the middle of a high fever hallucination. Don't get caught in the rain. Don't get burnt in the sun. Dell's voice rang out. Know the future before it happens with the Trotter Weather Whiz, as used by the Himalayan Sherpas. A small crowd, damp from the morning rain, gathered round. How does it work then, mate? A burly man asked. Simple, sir. Punch in your location, hit equals, and it tells you the atmospheric destiny. Dell handed him a calculator. The man punched in his number. The screen flashed, 70 to 0.5%. What's that mean? That, sir, means a 70 to 0.5% chance of a glorious heat wave. Dell lied, not missing a beat. Just as the words left his mouth, a sudden, violent crack of thunder echoed through the market, and the sky turned a bruised, angry purple. The crowd looked at the sky, then at the calculator, then at Dell. Heat wave, A, the man said as the first hailstones began to bounce off the display. It's a localized pressure inversion, Dell shouted, scrambling to cover the boxes with a tarpaulin. The calculator is sensing the heat behind the clouds. It's very sensitive. But the crowd had had enough. Within minutes, the pitch was deserted, save for Dell and Rodney, who were shivering under the tarp as the hail turned into a torrential downpour. 70 to 0.5%. Dell, Rodney muttered, his teeth chattering. I think that's the percentage chance of us being complete idiots. Chapter 24. Millionaires in Mind. That evening, the Nag's Head was a sanctuary of warmth and low-level grumbling. The Trotters sat in their usual spot, nursing a round of drinks that had been bought with the very last of the weather money. So, Dell, Boyke said, sauntering over with a self-satisfied smirk, I hear you've been trying to predict the weather. Very brave. I suppose next week you'll be selling crystal balls to the blind? It's about the spirit of discovery, Boyke, Dell replied, his voice regaining some of its usual steel. We're pioneers. We take risks. While you're sitting there counting your pennies, we're out there on the cutting edge. Trigger nodded from the bar. I like the calculator. Dell, I used it to figure out my bus fare. It said it was 70 to 0.5 pence. The driver wasn't happy, but I felt very scientific. Rodney looked at his brother. Dell was down, but he wasn't out. He was already looking at a discarded newspaper, his eyes scanning the classifieds for the next golden opportunity. You okay, Dell? Rodney asked. Dell looked up, and for a moment, the old, familiar twinkle returned the one that had sustained them through 1,000 failures and a handful of glorious successes. Yeah, rotters. I'm fine, Dell said, leaning in close, because I've just seen an advert. A warehouse in Essex. 2,000 pairs of self-walking trainers. They've got tiny motors in the heels. You just stand in them and they do the work for you. Rodney groaned, but he couldn't help the small smile that tugged at the corner of his mouth. Here we go again, Rodney whispered. No, really, think about it. Everyone's got feet, haven't they? It's a guaranteed winner. This time next year, Rodney. We'll be millionaires, Rodney finished for him. And as the lights of Peckham flickered in the rain outside, the Trotters sat together bankrupt in the eyes of the law, but richer than kings in the currency of hope, family, and the eternal, beautiful hustle. Kushti, Dell whispered, raising his glass to the empty air where a million-pound dream still hovered, waiting to be caught. Kushti, the Peckham Phoenix, a novelization based on the legendary Trotters. Chapter 1, The Echoes of Wealth. The skyline of London had always been a teasing mistress to Derek Trotter. For years, he had looked out from the concrete balconies of the Nelson Mandela House estate, staring at the gleaming glass needles of the financial district, convinced that one day his name would be etched onto the boardroom doors hidden within them. And for a fleeting, glorious, almost hallucinatory period, it had been. The discovery of the Harrison Lesser Watch and antique maritime timepiece of unimaginable historical value had elevated Trotter's independent traders from a gritty stall in the local market to the upper echelons of the British millionaire class. 6.2 million pounds. It was a number that still danced in Del Boy's mind like sugar plum fairies on Christmas Eve. But as the old proverb goes, what goes up must inevitably come crashing down into a puddle of murky water in Peckham. Presently, however, the illusion of success still needed to be maintained. "I'll fetch the suitcase from the van," Del declared, straightening the lapels of his camel hair coat. It was a coat that whispered of money, even if the man wearing it was currently sweating through his tailored shirt. Beside him, his younger brother Rodney shifted uncomfortably. At 30-something, Rodney still possessed the nervous disposition of a startled greyhound. He pulled at the collar of his suit garment that, despite its staggering price tag, always looked as though he had borrowed it from a slightly broader, much more confident man. "What's up with you, Rodney?" Del asked, catching the frantic darting of his brother's eyes. "I'm a bit nervous, that's all," Rodney muttered, looking up at the imposing Georgian facade of the literary agency they were about to enter. "I mean, this bloke we're going to see, this Justin. He's a biographer. Del, he writes books about people. He's not going to be asking me anything about my private life, that sort of thing, is he?" Del chuckled, clapping a heavy, gold-ringed hand onto Rodney's shoulder. "Of course he ain't, you plonker. We're not that private. We're public figures now. Men of substance. Entrepreneurs." Rodney bit his lower lip. He's not going to want to know about, me and Cassandra's little problems, is he? Del paused, narrowing his eyes. "What problems? You and Cassandra haven't got any problems. You live in a detached house with a double garage. You're living the suburban dream. Rotters." "That's not what you said to me the other night," Rodney shot back, his voice dropping to a harsh whisper. "All right, so there's been one or two minor hiccups in the bedroom department. The romance has been a bit stagnant, but they're personal issues. Del, I told you in strict confidence after 3 pints of export lager." All right, keep your hair on," Del placated, holding up his hands. "I'm not going to be telling him about your romantic shortcomings. And I certainly won't tell him what Cassandra wears when she's trying to spice things up, either. My lips are sealed, tighter than a submarine door, me." Rodney groaned, burying his face in his hands just as the heavy oak doors opened. A young, sharply dressed assistant ushered them into the inner sanctum of Justin, the esteemed biographer. Justin's office smelled of rich mahogany, old paper, and expensive cologne. It was the smell of established wealth, a stark contrast to the sudden, explosive wealth the Trotters had briefly enjoyed. Justin himself was a man of impeccable posture, peering at them over the rim of tortoiseshell glasses. "Sorry to keep you waiting, gentlemen," Justin said, his voice smooth and practiced. "It's been a particularly busy morning. Now, I've got all the basic details about your business career, etc. The incredible find of the pocket watch, the auction at Sotheby's. But what I'd like to do today is to get an insight into the real you." Justin leaned forward, steepling his fingers. "I want to know how you started, how you became so successful against all odds. But more importantly, I want to understand your lives, your raison d'etre." Dell leaned back in his plush leather armchair, flashing a smile that could blind a badger. He tapped his cigar against a crystal ashtray. "Ah, Laboratory Garney, my friend. Where shall I start, Justin?" He looked up at the ornate ceiling, adopting a wistful expression. "Well, up to a few years ago, we were just very ordinary people living. Well, very ordinary lives. Weren't we, Rotters? We lived in a council flat on the 15th floor and sold Moody briefcases out of a three-wheeled van. Rodney supplied helpfully, earning a sharp kick to the shin from his older brother beneath the desk. Ah, HMM, Dell coughed loudly. "And then, as you know, one day I, through my expert eye for antiques, discovered a historic and almost priceless artifact, a Harrison timepiece." "Fascinating," Justin murmured, taking notes. "And what was your initial reaction?" "Anyway, at first, we didn't know what to do with it," Dell lied smoothly. "To begin with, we thought about donating it to the British Museum as a national treasure. Out of the goodness of our hearts, you understand, patriotism and all that." "Yeah," Rodney chimed in, unable to stop himself. "And then we decided to flog it." Dell shot him a murderous glare before turning back to Justin with a serene smile. "So, before you know it, me and Rotters have come into 6.2 million quid. Well, after we divvied the dosh up, making sure that our dear old Uncle Albert got a nice little drink to see him through his twilight years. We thought of others first. We donated to charity. Enormously, of course." Justin raised an eyebrow. "Is that so?" "Oh, absolutely. The Peckham Home for the Bewildered got a very nice hamper that Christmas." Dell nodded solemnly. "So, eventually, we had to start thinking about our future. We sought out this city stockbroker, highly recommended chap, wore red braces, drove a Porsche. He advised us to invest in a new and vibrant venture." Those eyes gleamed with the memory of the illusion. It was a Central American market, emerging economies. It was attracting massive funds from all over the world. We were making more money than the Royal Mint. We were rubbing shoulders with the elite. It must have been a drastic change of lifestyle, Justin noted. "Did it affect your family dynamics?" "Oh, no. No, no, we weren't Flash, Dell insisted, despite the solid gold sovereign rings adorning his knuckles. I mean, even when we went away on business to discuss global strategies, we always took the family with us. There would be me and Raquel, my significant other, and, of course, Rodney and his lovely wife, Cassandra. As Dell spoke, the memories washed over Rodney. He remembered the sprawling villa in the Caribbean, the endless flow of vintage champagne, the feeling of invincibility. But he also remembered the nagging anxiety, the sense that they were playing a game with rules they didn't understand. Dell was still talking, oblivious to his brother's internal turmoil, and not forgetting my young son, Damien, the apple of my eye, a true trotter prodigy. You know, we were in this five-star resort. Rodney's mind flashed back to the resort. He recalled the furious hotel manager, Mr. Potter, marching across the marble-tiled dining room. He remembered Cassandra trying to hide behind a massive tropical plant. Mr. Potter, it's good to see you again. Bon appetit, Dell had said, completely oblivious to the man's purple face. Ralph, you've got to have a word with Damien, Cassandra had hissed, sensing the impending disaster. People are complaining. Oh, no. What's he done now? Rodney had sighed, the familiar weight of Trotter-induced shame settling on his shoulders. He's just relieved himself in the swimming pool, Cassandra had whispered, horrified. Dell had merely laughed, waving a dismissive hand. Oh, bleep it out, Cassandra. All little boys enjoy a quick splash in the swimming pool, don't they? It's natural. Yes, Derek, Cassandra had replied, her voice trembling with barely suppressed rage, but not from the top of the 4-meter diving board. Rodney shuddered at the memory. They had money, yes, but they hadn't bought class. They had just exported Peckham to the tropics. Yes, we had it all, Dell told the biographer, snapping Rodney back to the present. We were the kings of the world. Chapter 2, The House of Cards. The illusion of invincibility shattered with the suddenness of a dropped pint glass in a quiet pub. It was the Central American economies, Dell explained to Justin, his voice losing a fraction of its usual bravado. It turned out that negotiations between the countries had collapsed. The whole market went belly up overnight. We were wiped out. Nick the lot. The memory was still raw. Dell remembered sitting in the opulent hotel suite, the Mediterranean sun beating down outside, while he stared at the financial pages of the international newspaper. The numbers had turned red. Then they had plummeted. Then they had disappeared entirely. We'd even paid for the hotel on a credit card, Dell murmured, almost to himself. A gold card, mind you, but a credit card which, we soon discovered, had been abruptly withdrawn by the bank. That must have been a terrifying predicament, Justin noted, his pen flying across the notepad. Stranded abroad, penniless? Well, yes, Dell admitted, but Derek Trotter is, If nothing else, a very creative businessman, I came up with a solution to our dilemma. Which was? We legged it, Rodney interjected bluntly. We packed our bags in the middle of the night, climbed down a fire escape, and hitched a ride to the airport. It was humiliating. It was a strategic withdrawal. Del corrected sharply. And anyway, how long did it take for the news to hit the UK? About as long as it took for someone to push a button on the internet. Suddenly, all our so-called business associates wouldn't return our calls. The men who drank our champagne and smoked our cigars suddenly didn't know us. We were cast into a financial wilderness. The return to London had been a grim affair. The sprawling estates they had purchased were repossessed. The luxury cars vanished back to the dealerships. The trotters were, quite literally, back where they started. But fortunately, Del said, finding his optimistic footing once more, we come from a strong, tight-knit community. When all our old friends from Peckham heard the news, well, they were as gutted as us. They rallied round. Ah, yes, Justin said, flipping a page in his notebook. Speaking of your community, there's a name that crops up every now and then in the research. A Mr. Michael Fisher, landlord of a public house. The Nag's Head in Peckham. What part did he play in the proceedings? A heavy silence fell over the room. Del shifted in his seat, suddenly finding his cuffs fascinating. Rodney stared intently at the ceiling. Well, Del began slowly, clearing his throat. Mike invested his life savings in our Central American venture. He believed in our vision. He actually remortgaged the pub to get in on the ground floor. I see. Justin said, his tone neutral. And will Mr. Fisher be giving evidence in any upcoming hearings regarding the collapse? No, Rodney said quietly. He can't. Why not? He's in prison, Del sighed, the wind completely knocked out of his sails. He's awaiting trial. Justin blinked. Prison. For a bad investment? The fraud squad claims that he tried to recoup his catastrophic losses by embezzling funds from the brewery. Del explained, his voice thick with genuine sorrow. Never was a man more innocent in his intentions. He was just trying to balance the books, you see. I take it Mr. Fisher will be pleading not guilty. Justin asked. No, Rodney said, shaking his head. He confessed to everything. Broke down in tears in front of the arresting officer. It was a tragedy. The trial of Michael Fisher had been a dark day for the Peckham community. The entire gang had turned up at the courthouse to serve as character witnesses. It was a motley crew that would have made any defense barrister weep. Rodney remembered the waiting area outside the courtroom vividly. Denzel, the long-haul lorry driver, had been pacing back and forth, his face slick with nervous sweat. For God's sake, Denzel, sit down. Albert, their elderly uncle, had grumbled, leaning heavily on his walking stick. You're wearing the marble out. I can't, Albert, can I? Denzel had shot back, his eyes wide with panic. I've never been a character witness before, and you think we have? I'm worried. I think Dill's made a terrible mistake. Well, of course he's made a terrible mistake. Albert had replied pragmatically. That's why Mike is in court and we're broke. No, I mean having us for as character witnesses, Denzel had clarified, gesturing to himself, Trigger the road sweeper, Boyke the slippery car dealer, and Mickey Pierce. It's like inviting the Manson family to a dinner party. The judge is gonna take one look at us and throw away the key. Trigger, who had been staring blankly at a legal notice on the wall for 20 minutes, slowly turned his head. What are you going to do in there? Trig, Denzel had asked, desperate for some reassurance. I'm going to tell them I hear voices, Trigger had stated calmly, his face utterly devoid of expression. Denzel had buried his face in his hands. No, Trig, you're not on trial for insanity. You're a character witness for Mike. I know, Trigger had nodded sagely, but I still hear voices. It had been a disaster. Back in the present, Justin was looking at them with a mixture of pity and morbid fascination. I noticed from the public records that your respective properties were company-owned under Trotter's independent traders. So, when the company went under, you both lost your homes. Rodney felt a familiar knot tighten in his stomach. Yes, I had a lovely little place right on the river, floor-to-ceiling windows. Cassandra had finally bought the antique dining table she always wanted. Yeah, well, I had a country estate, didn't I? Dell added, trying to sound casual. With peacocks wandering the lawns and everything, big gates with an intercom, the whole works. But easy come, easy go, as they say in the city. So you were rendered completely homeless? Justin asked softly. Not quite. Dell smiled, tapping the side of his nose. Due to my remarkable foresight and business acumen, some years previously, I had retained ownership of another property. Just a little pie detail. You understand. A safety net. So at least we had somewhere to live when the bailiffs came knocking. What property was that? Justin inquired. Rodney sighed, the sound carrying the weight of 1,000 disappointments. It's called our old flat, Nelson Mandela House, flat 368, high-rise. The lifts still smell of stale urine and fried onions. It just goes to show you how our fortunes altered, Dell mused, staring out the window at the gray London sky. I mean, suddenly everything had changed. All our brilliant good luck turned to devastating bad luck. Every day, there were more rows with the wives. There was more bad news in the post. Bills with red lettering. Final demands. Dell paused, his expression darkening. We thought things couldn't possibly get any worse. And did they? Justin asked. Oh, boy, Dell whispered, closing his eyes. How wrong we were. Chapter 3, The Gold Rush. The flat in Nelson Mandela House felt smaller than before. When they had lived there in poverty, it was simply their home. But returning to it after tasting the vast, limitless expanse of extreme wealth made the patterned wallpaper feel like the walls of a prison cell. Tension crackled in the air like static electricity. Raquel, Joe's long-suffering partner, was at her wit's end. She had tasted the life of a millionaire's wife, attending charity galas and shopping in Mayfair, only to be dragged back to serving frozen pizzas on a Formica table. One evening, the television blared in the corner, a garish beacon of noise trying to drown out the oppressive silence in the room. It was a new game show, Gold Rush, hosted by the ever-energetic Jonathan Ross. Bright lights, flashing colors, and the promise of instant wealth, £100,000 for answering a few trivia questions. Raquel stood by the ironing board, violently pressing a crease into those trousers. She glared at him. There's no good looking at me with that and Robinson face, Derek Trotter. I'll look at you any way I like. Oh, that's bubbly. That is, Del shot back from the armchair, a half-empty glass of cheap rum in his hand. Well, at least I am trying to do something about our situation. And what exactly are you doing? Raquel demanded, slamming the iron down. Apart from drinking cheap booze and sighing heavily. I'm looking for a new stockbroker, Del declared grandly. You've already got a stockbroker, Raquel yelled, throwing her hands up. And he's the one who lost everything. Exactly. That is the one I'm after. I'm gonna find him and break his legs. Why didn't the yuppie tell me that the Central American stock market was going to crash? Rodney, who had been quietly reading a depressed-looking potted plant in the corner, finally spoke up. He phoned you. Del, he phoned you at least 6 times. I took the messages. He phoned you on the Monday and said he had to speak to you urgently about the impending collapse, but you were too busy to speak to him. Del spun around, pointing an accusatory finger. Well, I was water skiing, wasn't I? You can't take a mobile phone on a pair of skis. Rodney, it's dangerous. You wasted our bloody birthrights. Raquel screamed, tears of sheer frustration welling in her eyes. We had security. Derek, for the first time in our lives. And then Trotter's independent traders hired a helicopter to fly to Nice just to collect some glossy magazines because you were bored. It's unbelievable. That was you? Del accused, pointing at Rodney. How the hell was it my fault? Rodney leaped up, his voice cracking an octave. You were the company's director of administration. That just meant I organized the Christmas parties. Rodney protested wildly. And they were about as exciting as a Buddhist's hen night because you gave me a budget of 50 quid. You were the managing director. Rodney countered, stepping closer. You were the chairman, you were the chief executive, and you were the president of the company. You signed the checks. Oh, it's my fault now, is it? Del sneered, puffing his chest out. Either you're taking the mickey, or this is the Chinese year of the dodo. Cassandra, who had walked in halfway through the screaming match, placed her handbag on the table with a loud thud. "Wait a minute," she said, her voice icy and calm, cutting through the chaos. "You can't lay all the blame at Derek's door. Rodney." Dell smiled smugly. "Thank you, sweetheart, the voice of reason." "I know it's tempting," Cassandra continued, glaring at Dell, "because it is entirely his fault. Why is it whenever we've got something good going, anything that remotely resembles a stable future, he noses it up? That's just the way he is." Dole's smile vanished. "Here, hold on. And it's unfair of you to blame Rodney for all of this," Cassandra added, moving to stand beside her husband. "After all, he is your brother. He looked up to you." "Yes," Dell said bitterly, "and just like a brother, he's let me down all his life. No business acumen, no drive." "Oh, is that right?" Rodney yelled, his face turning red. "Well, if I've always been such a massive letdown. Derek, why did you insist on having me around all these years? Why didn't you just let me go my own way?" "To keep my promise to Mum on her deathbed," Dell roared back, playing his ultimate trump card. And you never know when you might need some bone marrow. It pays to keep a blood relative handy." The sheer absurdity of the statement hung in the air, stalling the argument completely. Cassandra rolled her eyes and turned away, picking up the ringing telephone. Trotter's Independent Traders. Cassandra speaking. "How may I help you?" She listened for a moment, her brow furrowing. "I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well, sir. There's a lot of shouting." "Well, go in the kitchen, then." Dell barked. He turned back to Raquel, his anger suddenly deflating, replaced by that manic, desperate optimism that had kept him afloat his entire life. "Don't worry, sweetheart. Don't worry about a thing. Look, I've worked it all out." Raquel crossed her arms, unconvinced. "You're serious?" "I am deadly serious. I've worked out a way in which we can make £100,000. Cash, tax-free. Now, we take that money, we invest it wisely." "Invest it wisely?" Rodney scoffed. "You?" "Yes, Rodney, wisely. And before you know where you are, you and Cassandra can buy a nice little gaff of your own, and me and Raquel can get back on the property ladder. We'll be back on top." Rodney sighed, running a hand through his hair. "All right, go on, then. What's the master plan this time? Are we smuggling diamonds and frozen chickens? Selling Eiffel Tower souvenirs made of plastic spoons?" Dell grinned, pointing to the television screen where Jonathan Ross was enthusiastically waving a glittering gold card. "I'm going to apply to go on that new game show," Dell announced proudly. "The Gold Rush." Rodney stared at him. Then he let out a short, incredulous laugh. "Did I say something amusing?" Dell asked, offended. "Derek," Raquel said slowly, as if speaking to a child. Last night, we were watching that very show. One of the questions was, who introduced the potato to England? And you shouted out, King Edward. I didn't hear the question properly. Dell defended himself, his cheeks flushing. I thought he asked what kind of potato it was. Look, Dell, Rodney pleaded. If you desperately want to appear on the telly, why don't I try and get you on something more simple, like stars in their eyes? You could go on as Barry White. You've got the jewelry for it. Before Dell could launch into a tirade about his general knowledge prowess, the front doorbell rang. It was a sharp, urgent sound. Rodney opened it to find a middle-aged man standing there, looking uncomfortable in a dark suit. Dell, it's Elsie Partridge's son, Rodney called out. Elsie Partridge was the elderly woman their Uncle Albert had been living with on the coast ever since the Trotters had become millionaires and jetted off. Dell hurried to the door, his frustration evaporating into polite confusion. Well, what do you want, mate? Bit late for a social call. The man looked down at his shoes, twisting a flat cap in his hands. It's Uncle Albert, he said quietly. I'm sorry, Mr. Trotter. He passed away in his sleep last night. The silence in the flat was absolute. The television seemed to mute itself. Dell felt the blood drain from his face. The eccentric, maddening, seafaring old man with the white beard and the endless repertoire of wartime anecdotes was gone. I'm so sorry, the man repeated. Dell swallowed hard, nodding slowly. Right, thank you for letting us know. Chapter 4, Farewell to the Mariner. The day of the funeral was suitably gray and drizzly. The Trotter clan, dressed in their finest black attire, which for Dell meant a sharp black Italian suit that was only slightly shiny at the elbows, piled into a hired car and drove down to the coast. They arrived at a modest red brick house where the wake was being held. Dell, carrying himself with the somber dignity of a grieving patriarch, led the way. Rodney, Cassandra, Raquel, and young Damien followed closely behind. Albert's nephews, sir, Dell announced to a man at the door. Derek and Rodney Trotter from Peckham. A woman emerged from the hallway, offering a sad smile. Hello, I'm Marion. I did a bit of cleaning for Albert. Lovely old man. He went on a bit, though, didn't he? Excuse me, Dell said, smoothly stepping into his role as master of ceremonies. This is Cassandra, that's Rodney's wife. This is Damien, my son. And this is Raquel, my significant other. They stepped into the living room, which was crowded with elderly people drinking tea and eating dry sandwiches. I feel bad, you know, Dell whispered to Rodney as they hovered near the buffet table, about leaving him here on his own while we was all off globe-trotting, sipping pina coladas while he was stuck in Blighty. He wasn't on his own, Dell, Rodney reasoned. He was with Elsie. He was happy. Yeah, but Elsie was in that rest home, weren't she? For the last 6 months of his life, he must have been lonely. I just wish that we'd taken him with us when we went to Barbados and all them other places, giving him a bit of sun on his old bones. We did ask him, Del, Rodney reminded him gently. But if you remember, the ancient mariner who claimed he'd been around the world more times than a Russian satellite never actually possessed a passport. Del smirked despite the gloom. Good job Hitler didn't find that out. Our war effort would have been in right trouble. Rodney, the old sod, only had his own monogram brandy glass, didn't he? He loved his cognac. Just to keep the cold at bay, he always said, Rodney smiled. A tall man with a severe expression approached them. Pardon me, I am Roland. I was married to Albert's niece, Eileen. Introductions were made again. The atmosphere was heavy with the awkward small talk of funerals. Well, I suppose we'll all miss him in our own way, eh? Del offered, raising a tiny glass of sherry. Missing him already? Roland nodded stiffly. I'll tell you one thing we won't miss, though. Del chuckled, hoping to lighten the mood. All those bloody wartime sagas. During the war, God, he could talk the hind legs off a donkey. Roland bristled, his face hardening. Actually, we used to love hearing about his past. He was a hero. That's right. An elderly woman nearby chimed in fiercely. Couldn't get enough of it. A true patriot. Del realized he had misread the room spectacularly. Yeah, but God, he did go on, though, didn't he? He never bloody stopped. It was like living with the History Channel on a loop. Roland stepped closer, his voice dropping to an angry hiss. You've got to remember that a lot of blokes lost their lives for our liberty. Trotter, they died just so that 50 years later, ungrateful prats like you would have the freedom to stand here and knock them. All right? Dole's pride flared. He wasn't about to be lectured by some bloke in a cheap suit. Take it easy, pal. I tell you what, Roland, have they got a garden here? 'Cause I think you and I ought to go outside and have a more detailed chat about who's calling who a prat. Rodney grabbed Dill's arm in a panic. Come on, Del, leave it. We're at a funeral. Go on, Dad, bake him. Young Damien cheered, throwing a tiny punch in the air. No, hold on, Del said, realizing he was about to start a brawl at a wake. He backed down, holding his hands up defensively. I didn't mean to upset anybody. Calm down. All right, we're all grieving. Emotions running a bit high. That's all. He retreated to a corner with Rodney, fuming. I'll tell you another thing, Del muttered to his brother. None of our lot have bothered to turn up, have they? Poor show. You'd have thought Trigger, Denzel, or Boyke would have made the effort. It is a bit of a journey from London, Del, Rodney pointed out. I'll tell you what, good old Mike would have made more of an effort to get here, and he's currently locked up in Wormwood Scrubs. Del grumbled. He looked around the room, trying to find a friendly face. Yeah, I bet old Bunny's up there right now. looking down on us and having a right laugh. Marion, the cleaner, overheard him and frowned. Bunny? Why did you call him Bunny? Well, that's what they called him in the RAF, didn't they? Dell explained confidently. Because his surname was Warren. Albert Warren. Bunny Warren. Get it? Marion stared at him, bewildered. His surname wasn't Warren. It was Trotter, like yours. And he wasn't in the RAF. He was in the Merchant Navy. Dell froze. He looked at Rodney. Rodney looked at Dell. They both slowly turned to look at the framed photograph resting on the mantelpiece, a photograph of a bald man with a thick black mustache, who looked absolutely nothing like Uncle Albert. "Is that a Spitfire, Dad?" Damien asked, pointing out the window. Rodney buried his face in his hands. "Oh, my God! We're at the wrong funeral." They had spent 20 minutes insulting a dead war hero named Bunny Warren in front of his devoted family. The Trotters made a hasty, highly embarrassing exit, sprinting to the hired car under the cover of Roland's furious shouts. Chapter 5. The Inland Revenue Strikes. If burying Uncle Albert, eventually finding the correct crematorium, was the emotional low point of the month, the financial low point arrived shortly after in a brown envelope bearing the stamp of Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. The Trotters found themselves seated in the drab, sterile office of their government-appointed insolvency practitioner. "Gentlemen," the official began, adjusting his spectacles, "you have my deepest sympathy for your recent bereavement, but I must bring you back to the matter in hand, the collapse of Trotter's independent traders and your subsequent tax liabilities." Dell leaned forward, adopting his most sincere expression. "Are there any mitigating circumstances you'd like me to inform the court of? Because you must remember to tell them that we were absolute slaves to detail, weren't we, Rodney?" "Absolutely," Rodney lied smoothly. "Meticulous record keeping. We made certain that we always got our checks off to the Inland Revenue on time," Dell insisted. "Every quarter, regular as clockwork." The official flipped open a thick file. "Fair dues, Mr. Trotter. The checks were always on time. However, they all bounced, every single one of them, for the past 3 years." Dell slumped back in his chair, defeated. The reality was inescapable. The court declared Derek Trotter officially bankrupt. Back at the flat, the atmosphere was funereal once again. Rodney was pouring heavily from a bottle of cheap scotch. "So you both got off?" Raquel asked hopefully, pouring Dell a cup of tea. "Not quite," Rodney muttered, taking a large gulp of the fiery liquid. "You sit down, Raquel. You might need something stronger than tea." "What happened, Dad?" Damien asked, looking up from his violent video game. "The court declared me bankrupt, son," Dell said quietly. "Does that mean you're going to prison?" Damien asked, his eyes lighting up with genuine excitement. "Like Mike?" "No," Dell snapped. "Well, not yet." Raquel glared at her son, Why does he keep going on about prison? All his mates' dads are doing time, Rodney explained unhelpfully. He feels left out at school. He wants street cred. Damien, go to your room and tidy it, Raquel ordered. I did it this morning. Well, go and tidy it again. Once the boy was gone, Raquel turned to Dell, panic rising in her chest. So, what exactly does bankruptcy mean for us, Derek? It means that the Inland Revenue give you a year to pay off your debt, Dell explained heavily. If you can't pay it, then they come in and take all your goods. Well, anything of any value, anyway. Raquel breathed a sigh of relief, looking around the dilapidated flat with its floral sofa and broken television set. So it won't affect us, then. We haven't got anything of value. We have got something of value, Raquel, Dell corrected her grimly. You're sitting in it, this flat. It's our home, and it's the only asset I've got left. They'll steal the roof over our heads. Well, have you got an idea, then, Rodney? Raquel asked, turning to the younger brother. Rodney scoffed. Me. No. I mean, Dill's had this place on the market for 5 years, trying to sell it, and no one's even looked at it. It's structurally unsound. That's because I had it up for its true market value, Dell protested. I was waiting for the right buyer.